It's interesting, isn't it, when you look at these fracture lines running through Europe, and Poland's position in this is interesting as well. It seems to me that Poland rather misses having the UK around the table in the EU at least, and when it comes to what's going on, would probably more rather see the US-UK strong talk against Russia taking place than what could be a sort of German softly approach.
Absolutely. So Sir Paul Lever said that Germany has a preference for negotiations. I think that Germany has a preference for appeasement, and that's potentially very worrying. So not just Poland, but many countries of Central and Eastern Europe, including Ukraine, are very worried that Chancellor Scholz, by going to Moscow, will simply seek to not just de-escalate the conflict and show that unity of the West in terms of supporting Ukraine, but will try to find the best business deal for the two countries. It seems very strange that Germany, one of the most important countries in Europe and in the world, is doing so much business with Russia while there is such a conflict going on. Nord Stream 2 is not just about buying gas and about money. It's a very strong, powerful weapon, energy weapon in the hands of Russia. And perhaps German leaders think that they will be part of that gas empire in Europe. But they will also be on the receiving end, meaning that Russians, whenever they want to, they will be able to influence Germany and the whole of Europe. That's why this strong support and very meaningful action from Boris Johnson, from the UK government, US as well to a large extent, of support to the countries around Russia at the moment has been incredibly appreciated. And we're very glad that UK, despite leaving the European Union, is still very visible, actually is at the forefront of supporting peace and stability in Europe.
Yeah, well, we can see those pictures now still taking place. There's a German Chancellor, Olaf Scholz, delivering his press conference. We'll get information on what he said as soon as we get a translation on that. But, George, I'm going to continue this conversation with you. I mean, when it comes to Poland's position here in the West or in the UK, we can speculate of what Putin might be planning to do. Intelligence reports that Russia could be ready to strike as early as 3 o'clock this morning, Ukrainian time. But, I mean, while we might speculate of what the repercussions would be for the UK, evidently tensions are a lot higher in Poland, where there's a very real and present threat from Russia.
Yes, absolutely. Although I do think that Putin is mostly flexing his muscles, I do not see it being in his interest to have a full-scale attack on Ukraine and then occupying that country. Ukraine has over 200,000 soldiers, over 150,000 paramilitary groups, which are highly nationalistic. They will not just give away their weapons and surrender. They will be fighting. So taking over Ukraine for Russia is a bit like in Afghanistan or Iraq. It's a battle that would be enormously costly and would take tens of, if not hundreds of thousands of lives.